Assalamu alaikum. Inshallah you're well. Today I'm going to answer that all-important question. Do you have to be good at maths to become an accountant? But before I go into that, I wanted to talk about something else first. So when we're growing up, we're told to do well in our GCSEs and inshallah then go on and do well in our BTECs or A-levels, whatever we decide to do, because good grades will set you up for life. Now I agree with that to an extent, but only to an extent. I think getting good grades will increase your chances of getting a good job with a good company, but will good grades alone get you further? Will they get you that promotion to the next level? Maybe a manager promotion, or even make you the CEO of that company one day? Definitely not. Because if we look at business leaders today, I don't think I've come across anyone who said, I owe my success to the fact that I got an A star at biology A level, or because I got a first at university. But what skills do these leaders have in common? They're great communicators, they understand their teams, they're well organized, and they're commercially aware. They understand their competitors and what's going on in the market around them. These are just some of the skills required to become a business leader. And you'll note that none of these skills are actually taught in school. So if you're at school or university, what I'd say is definitely focus on your studies. It is good to get good grades and they'll definitely help, inshallah. However, do not neglect your own personal development. Focus on those soft skills. How you can improve your communication skills, how you can become better organized, because these are the skills that will get you to those senior leadership positions, not your good grades. So let's apply this to accounting. Now, just because you may have an A star in maths doesn't mean that you will be a better or a stronger accountant than someone who simply just got a C grade or just about passed their maths GCSE or A level. Having worked in the industry for a long time, I can safely say that I don't sit at my desk, using calculators, working out the quadratic formula or what Pythagoras theorem is. I did maths at A level, but I'd go as far as saying that 95% of what I learned in school was not useful to me in the workplace. After I left school, I haven't actually used most of the knowledge that I learned. So does that mean that accountants don't work with numbers? No, we do definitely work with numbers. I think understanding numbers is a key skill. You need to understand how fractions work, how percentages work, how to add numbers, divide numbers, multiply numbers. But these are basic skills. You don't need an A level in maths to know how to do that. These are skills that are really taught at Key Stage 2 and Key Stage 3, right? So you could argue you don't even need a GCSE, but I would say that you would still need a pass in GCSE maths and English, because in my opinion, that's the minimum requirements most employers would want. So instead of a calculator, we use Microsoft Excel to do a lot of our sums and formulae for us. The only real time I've had to use a calculator is when I've had to sit my accountancy exams. Day to day, I don't use a calculator in my job. So what I'd say, rather than thinking, am I good at maths? And if so, I can become an accountant. The bigger skill required is IT proficiency. Are you able to understand how to use Microsoft Office and other systems? Because I'd say in accountancy especially, there has been a lot of advancement in technology. Whereas before, say pre-2000, you would have a lot of paper files. Now you have a lot of accountancy software such as Sage, Oracle, which does a lot of the hardcore calculations for us. So it's not important to know all these complicated formulae in your head. It's more about whether you can do that on an Excel sheet or use an accounting software to work out the calculations for you. So I've spoken about why being good at maths is not really a requirement to become an accountant. But let's talk about some of the skills that are required and I think are imperative if you want to be an accountant. What I would say is some of these skills may appear quite general. You may need these skills for all sorts of jobs. However, let me give you some examples of why they're important in accountancy. So the first one I want to talk about, which I mentioned already, is IT proficiency. Technology being used in accountancy has advanced quite a lot over the past decade or so. You've got lots of different accounting providers out there. There's a lot of companies that do audit software, tax software, and a lot of companies now want a broad range of experience. So if you can understand systems quite easily, how to process data, I'd say that's definitely a more important requirement than being good at maths. If you're at school and you're thinking, bloody hell, I don't know how a accountancy software works, it's absolutely fine. Inshallah khair, you do learn a lot on the job. So don't worry if you're thinking, how can I get ahead of the game and learn all this complicated accountancy software? You don't have to. But what I would definitely recommend is you learn how to use Excel efficiently. Inshallah, in a later video, I will definitely show you how you can use Excel, not only as part of accountancy, but also as part of your day-to-day life, whether that's, saving, budgeting, or even setting up a business. So the second skill I think is, being an effective communicator. So having good communication skills. So you might be thinking, accountants deal with numbers and they just sit at their desk. That's not the case at all. If you own your own practice, you have to win clients, right? You have to be relatable. You have to have good interpersonal skills, i.e. be a good communicator. If you work in a company, you have to present to senior management. Being an accountant is much more than just presenting the financial statements. Sometimes you will present financial information to people who don't understand finance that well. So it's very important that you're a good communicator. You're able to break down complicated information and give key messages quite easily. As part of my work, I have to do a lot of presentations. So one of the key things that I would recommend if you're looking to develop those skills is definitely focus on your presentation skills. What I do is quite simple. Record yourself while you're presenting or talking about a particular topic. Right? You can do this with your family, with your siblings, with your cousins. You don't have to go on an amazing course. Just get up, talk about a topic, and then record yourself whilst you're presenting. The reason why the recording bit is key is because you might do something subconsciously that you're not even aware of. So for example, when you're presenting, your hands might be all over the place, or you might do a little jig and you move side to side, or you may use certain words such as but, because, basically, all of these words too often. So by watching that recording, you'll realize, what are the little mistakes that I'm doing, and inshallah then improve your presentation skills at the same time. Another very important skill is being honesty and having integrity. So what do we mean by integrity? It means doing the right thing no matter what. Ethics is a very important part of being an accountant. It's something that was drilled into me at an early stage whilst I was at college. The teachers would often use an example: don't do something if you're not happy with it being published in the papers and read by others. So say you're a tax accountant, right? You own your own business, clients come to you, and what do clients want to do? They always want to save tax. Now, as an accountant, you can't lie. Even though your client wants you to save money, you've got to be honest and submit the correct figures to HMRC no matter what. Your overarching duty is being honest and having integrity. So one of the other skills required is you need to be organized. Accountants have a lot of deadlines to meet as part of their monthly duties, right? They have to prepare accounts by a certain time. They have to close the general ledger by a certain time. They may also have VAT reporting deadlines or account submission required to HMRC. So you'll find a lot of companies will maintain monthly checklists, right? This activity has to be done by this day. And no matter how comfortable you get with that monthly checklist, every accountant will tell you month end is always a tough task. Now, if you miss some of these deadlines, you may get automatic fines from HMRC or other authorities, or you may find that this will have a knock-on effect on other tasks being delivered. So that's why it's very important that an accountant is organized. And the last one I want to talk about is being motivated. I just mentioned doing monthly activities which may be very similar month on month, and sometimes it can get a bit boring. So you have to remain motivated so that you deliver those tasks on time, but they perform to a high enough standard as well. So I mentioned earlier that we use a lot of spreadsheets as part of our day-to-day work, right? So it's important that we continuously review those spreadsheets, make sure our formula are right, because the last thing we want to do is make a mistake. Because like I said, that can have a knock-on effect on other tasks being delivered. So let me give you a recent example of what a spreadsheet error can cause. So I've left a link to an article in the description below. Definitely review it. It talks about how a spreadsheet error resulted in a delay to a hospital opening, right? Now that's mad. You wouldn't think at first, a spreadsheet error could have much more impact than maybe just on the finance figures. But actually in this instance, it led to a whole hospital that cost about £150 million being delayed. Now, I'm not saying that that was because of a fault of an accountant. However, it shows the sort of value that our work has within a company. So to summarize, I don't think you have to be good at maths to become an accountant. However, there are a lot of soft skills that you should be developing and working on. So if you're at school or university, definitely use the time now to build on those skills. But even if you're working at the moment, you can definitely improve on those skills. I mentioned one example of how you could potentially improve your presentation skills, but just Google it. You don't have to attend expensive courses. Inshallah, there is a lot of information that is widely available on how you can become more organized or motivated or improve your organization skills. Remember, there are more skills required to become an accountant. These were just a few of the core ones. So I'll leave it there for now. Inshallah, thank you for watching. watching. Please do share with others, get them to subscribe to the channel, because I will do a video on spreadsheet skills, simple formulae that I use as part of my work, and that is definitely useful to, I'd say, everyone. You know, it doesn't matter whether you're a taxi driver, whether you're a housewife, accountant, solicitor, engineer, we should all know how to do basic formulae in Excel. Finally, if you've got any questions, as always, please do feel free to comment on the video below or message me on Instagram, whichever you're more comfortable with.